So you said you saw him Thursday night, and then he went up to go get wood.
Right.
You may be the last person that saw him because he would have then gone up there that night potentially?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is Alan Bruce. Right now, he's helping detectives search for a missing man while standing just feet away from where he killed him. Over the next several weeks, investigators searched the rugged Idaho wilderness for answers. But from the very beginning, the truth had been hiding in plain sight.
Pat! Pat! Pat, it's Custer County Sheriff's Office! Can you hear us?
But by the time anyone understood what really happened to Patrick, there was almost nothing left to find.
Oh, it stinks bad.
Alan. Dude, come on. Did you burn a body? Come on.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I chopped him up.
It's the morning of May 10th, 2024.
I just thought he'd gone camping. He does that sometimes. But then the smell started coming through the vents.
It's the morning of May 10th, 2025. 47-year-old Patrick Shelton is reported missing. He went out to cut firewood, the same as he had done 100 times before. But this time he hadn't come back.
When he's upset, I'm just surprised he hasn't been back to see, like he said. That's why I'm concerned.
Yeah. Do you know what he was wearing last when he left?
Pair of boots, blue jeans, and I think it was a dark t-shirt and baseball cap, and he's got a little pug rider. That is with him everywhere.
And who is he to you? Is this your son? Who is Patrick to
Just
you?
one of my dear kids that I've taken under my wing.
Okay, so not biological.
No.
Okay.
And I have his phone number, but he hasn't answered, so.
Okay. Yeah, if we could collect that. And you said the last time you saw him was Tuesday night. Was that at your residence?
Mm-hmm.
Or where was that you saw him
He
last?
came to my house.
Okay.
And what was he driving?
His red Dodge flatbed.
Red 2001?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, is there any reason to think he's in danger?
No.
Beyond, like, hey, it's just, this is unusual.
Just unusual, yes.
Okay.
That's what she told the dispatcher, a neighbor, a man she'd waved to for 6 years, a man who helped her jump start her car in the snow, and the smell she was describing wasn't from a dead animal. It was from a burned barrel. But here's the thing about that call. By the time she made it, the man she was talking about was already standing in her draw asking if she'd seen anything suspicious. This is the story of a killer who didn't run. He stayed. He watched. He even helped search, and the entire time he was standing exactly where he knew the truth was buried. Before we go deeper what the documents actually show, make sure you're subscribed to EvidenceAxis. Because we don't just cover the story, we follow the evidence. Think of this case as a single frame of a photograph that never stops developing. The image starts off a quiet suburban street, a man watering his lawn, a police officer walking up the driveway. But the longer you stare at that image, the darker it gets. Until finally, you realize the man with the garden hose isn't being helpful. He's washing something away. That's the visual you need to hold on to. Because everything about this investigation is that photograph. A picture that looks innocent for exactly as long as the killer needs it to. The responding officer's body camera captures the first interaction.
To Alan's property, and when they arrive, he seems relaxed and cooperative. He is just a concerned neighbor, offering whatever help he can.
Hey, Alan. How's it going? One thing after another? That seems to be the way it is. Shoot, I'm kind of doing two jobs myself, ranching, and it's one thing after another for me, too.
You got a little ranch?
What's that?
You got a little ranch?
I'm just renting a little place and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah, but keeping water going, always something breaking,
Got some cattle on it?
Actually sheep.
Sheep, okay.
Sheep, yeah. I don't know if that was a good decision, but yeah, sheep.
All right.
Hey, I was just coming to chat with you. We had a report that no one knows where Pat is right now.
Yeah, they don't.
Okay. And I just wanted to touch bases with you because I know you got the stuff off your property, but he was going to come by to pick it up, right?
Yeah,
Did you ever see him on that?
I did.
Okay.
They came by here. He was unhappy, very unhappy.
Okay, but it was just all kind of verbal argument or something, or he's just, okay. And he went and got his stuff then, or?
Well, he still has some stuff here, and he said he wanted to go cut some wood. He needs some money.
Oh, okay.
So he's probably out somewhere out there, maybe broke down, and I don't know.
Okay, because we based off of what people have told us, we just put a missing person out right now just so we can try to locate them.
Did.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
uh-huh.
So I'm just trying to create a timeline so I know who last saw him. So when was that he showed up here?
I last saw him 2 nights ago. He came over here Thursday night.
Okay. And then he obviously wasn't happy, but then did he hang around here long, or did he just go right over?
Back and forth.
Back and forth?
Uh-huh.
Coming back onto the property?
Yeah.
Does he still have stuff here then?
He does.
Oh,
They
okay.
Get it all off.
Oh, okay.
Back that shed, that wooden shed is his.
Yeah. So
Wooden rack over there in the back of the tractor, shit like that.
Okay.
Tires.
Just kind of a bunch of crap laying around.
Right.
Okay. So he got some of it though?
Yeah.
Do you know where he was taking it to?
Taking down his motorhomes.
Oh, where are his motorhomes?
Right here, you walk over there and you see.
Okay.
So far, nothing he's saying contradicts with what anyone else has told them, though the officer does take an interest in the fact that Pat uses this land to store his clutter. For now, though, he's much more interested in what he knows about Pat's disappearance.
So you said you saw him Thursday night, and then he went up to go get wood.
Right.
Okay, do you know where he goes to get wood, or?
Well, actually, his truck had a problem. We worked out a trade on the end road for a boat trailer he wanted really bad, and he left his truck here Friday all day and came and got it Friday evening and went and got wood.
Oh, okay. He worked a trade, so he took a boat trailer?
I have a boat trailer that he wanted.
Oh, okay.
He has a no-nan engine that I worked on, a generator.
Yep.
I wanted that. We traded.
Oh, I see. Did he tell you where he was going other than the wood?
No.
Okay. Do you know, does he have any favorite spots so we can just go?
He's got a
check
spot
for
up
him?
there at Bay Horse, pretty close to the top.
Mm-hmm.
You go up there before you get to the rest area, the Potties. This road that takes off and goes down the hill and crosses the creek.
Uh-huh.
Way back up in there is a favorite wood cutting spot for him.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is that the only one you know about?
It's the only one he took me to.
Oh, okay. All right.
Alan is calm, friendly even. He is helpful and answers all of their questions.
The neighbor, let's call him Darren, opens the door before the officer even knocks. He's wearing clean clothes, hair still wet from a shower, boots by the door. The officer notes that the house smells like bleach, not a little bleach, the kind of saturation that makes your eyes water. Somebody broke in. The officer asks. Tried to. Darren says. Scare heard glass break around 2 in the morning. Came downstairs with a bat. The intruder ran through the back door, nothing taken. He didn't call it in because he figured it wasn't worth the paperwork. The officer nods, writes it down, and leaves. It's a non-event, a box check, except for one detail. The officer doesn't notice the garden hose is still wet, and it's coiled perfectly at the side of the house. The grass beneath it is pressed flat. Someone had been standing there for a while. That image again, the frame still developing. The man with the garden hose. 8 hours earlier, the missing person report had gone out. A woman named Celia hadn't shown up for her shift at the county assessor's office. Her car was still in the driveway. Her lunch was still in the fridge. Her phone went straight to voicemail. She lived alone. Enemies. No history of mental health issues. Just a routine woman with a routine job who had, for the first time in 11 years, broken her routine. The first detective on scene walked through Celia's townhouse and noted something peculiar.
It isn't like Patrick to get lost, so she can't help but wonder if something much darker was waiting for investigators up the hill. She does, however, provide a valuable lead. Apparently, the last place she knows he visited before he went missing was on the property of his neighbor, Alan Bruce, someone he doesn't seem to be on the best of terms with.
I remember you mentioned something about when you talked about him going to Alan Bruce's. It seemed like you said something to where they had some conflict recently. They have.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know why he went there?
He was supposed to go move his motorhomes, and when he got out there, Alan had moved them with the bulldozer.
Okay.
Not good.
Okay.
Probably screwed up the transmissions, and I don't know. I try not to get in the middle of this.
So who told you that? Alan or?
He told me that Wednesday night.
Who did? Alan?
I mean,
Bruce did?
no, Patrick did.
Oh, Patrick told
He
you that.
stopped to see me before he went out there.
Okay.
Officers head straight over to
The bed was made, the dishes were washed, the mail had been brought inside and stacked neatly on the counter. But her keys were missing, and her work badge, and one shoe, not a pair. One shoe it suggested she left in a hurry, or that someone else left in a hurry while holding onto her. The front door was locked from the inside. The back sliding door locked, but the screen was still latched. The detective wrote 3 words in his report, Scene appears staged.
Giving them no reason to suspect he's anything but a concerned neighbor, despite what the woman had told them earlier. In fact, he's actually given officers something to work with. Just 4 hours later, officers head up the mountain to the woodcutting spot he mentioned, hoping to find anything that might help them track down Patrick. But they get far more than they bargained for.
So this to me, it looks like one. It's capture that with the big general. It looks like one set of tracks. It does. It does. I can see the top of his truck.
Oh, the roof rack.
Multiple tracks in here.
Yeah, there is. One over here.
There's a set here, corresponding, and then corresponding. So there's grass is on this set. Grass is folded down coming out. Then we've got grass folded down going in.
His windshield.
Yeah.
Fresh tire tracks lead away from Pat's truck. Another vehicle has been here, and recently. Whoever made those tracks had no reason to be there, but that's the least of their worries, because as they get closer to the truck itself, they notice that something is very wrong.
Pat! Pat, it's the Custer County Sheriff's Office. Can you hear us?
Is this chainsaw in the back?
No.
Dog's in the seat. What was the dog's name?
Ryder.
Ryder, buddy. Ryder. Well, I saw it moving. You see the dog?
Hi, baby.
Hey, puppy. Yeah. Hi, buddy. Hi. Okay. Okay. You'll be okay. Are you hungry, buddy? You want some of that? Probably more thirsty.
Pat's dog is all alone, like he had been waiting here for days, and the detectives realized something. A dog like this doesn't leave his human side. So if Ryder was there alone, it meant Pat had either left him behind on purpose or had never had the chance to take him.
Are you running?
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking on going farther down, not quite to the creek bottom. He may have fallen.
And
I mean, because I was hollering for you, and I never got a return from you.
oh, okay. I heard you call on the radio once.
Yeah, I was hollering like we were doing for Pat.
Yeah.
And you weren't
Yeah,
responding.
I didn't hear that.
So that makes me think he could be down lower if he would, because his chainsaw's not here.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
always
You
has
want to
his
go down for a
chainsaw.
walk?
I'm thinking so.
Okay, I'll go with you.
The keys are in the ignition, and nothing has been stolen but his chainsaw. The one thing he never went anywhere without, that is missing. Officers
Now, here's where the story takes its first hard left turn. The next morning, a volunteer search team gathered at the community showed up. They split into grids. They carried printed photos of Celia. They walked drainage ditches and checked behind dumpsters, and among them was Darren, clipboard in hand.
continue to search for hours, but unbeknownst to them, back at the station, a call comes in. It's Alan Bruce's brother, who's just heard about the disappearance, and he's about to cast a sinister light over the whole case.
It's been longer than that, because I haven't talked to them since they both got stuck up off a big hill. My brother and Patrick were going for wood this winter, and that was months ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I've texted them.
Oh, you have? Okay. So when's the last time you texted them then? Anytime recently or?
Yeah. You know, I I texted him about a week ago and told him I drug his crap off my brother's lot. Because my brother's been asking him to get the hell out of there for about 2 months.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, he's been stealing shit of my brother's, and I just get tired of listening to the, you know, the whining and crying. So I told Patrick I drug his motorhomes and shit off. And he texted me back a couple days ago when he got into town. Because I saw his truck down there when I was on my way to work in Salmon.
Yep.
By the sounds of it, Alan and Pat had some history, but the issues didn't stop there. In fact, they only got worse.
I stopped in at my brother's.
Right.
And my brother was like going, shit, you know, Patrick waved a gun at me here a while back, and I've been, you know, kind of leery, been kind of hanging about, like, you know, there was no mention of Patrick other than the guy. They'd been kind of playing cat and mouse, and he'd been, you know, like walking in from up by the animal shelter just to kind of, you know, see what the heck's going on.
Right.
You know, and, you know, duck and cover if he had to.
Okay, so he was kind of concerned Patrick might do something stupid, use a gun or something.
Concerned Pat's going to kill him, you know.
Right.
Obviously, this isn't evidence of anything other than bad blood, but it's enough to make the officers feel uneasy about what they're walking into. A missing man is one thing, but a missing man with an enemy is something completely different.
Comforting people, offering to check the wooded easement behind his own property. Think about that for a second. The man who would later confess to killing Celia was not only participating in the search, he was assigning himself the sector that contained the evidence. It's not arrogance. It's something much more disturbing. It's a man who believes he controls the narrative so completely that he can stand inside it and play the role of the concerned neighbor. And for a while, it worked.
Hill, however, the officers know nothing about this, but at 9 p.m., they hear something that throws them off.
7080.
Go.
Did you hear that?
Negative.
Sounded almost like a chainsaw trying to start.
What direction?
From the front of the truck, just a little bit. If you're facing away from the truck, just a little bit to the right.
It makes sense. Patrick's chainsaw is missing from his truck, so cops figure if they can find that, they may also find him or at least somebody. So their new #1 priority is to follow that sound into the darkness.
I think anybody who sees this body cam going up is going to get a laugh. And coming down.
They follow the sound for hours. It fades, but it keeps going anyway. Then, deep in the trees, a light appears.
Who are you? Stop right there. Just go ahead and stop right there.
Out of the darkness comes Alan Bruce.
So what are you coming out here for?
That guy there, Patrick Shelton, that's his stuff. I'm kind of looking after a little bit.
Okay, all right. So you're just trying to keep an eye on stuff then?
Yeah, make sure nobody's ripping shit off down here.
Okay.
So, excuse me for if I got you excited.
All right. 270, 240, we can calm down. I'm code 4.
And then, just as suddenly as he appeared, he left. The officer never had an encounter like it. He radios it in as nothing, just a neighbor keeping watch, but something doesn't sit right. And the next morning, it looked like all of their worst fears were about to be confirmed.
3 days passed, no sign of Celia. The case began to cool. Detectives interviewed Darren on day 2, standing in his living room while a scented candle burned on the mantel. He was polite, cooperative, said he'd seen Celia 2 nights before the disappearance. She'd come by to ask about a property line dispute. She was upset, he told them. I told her we'd work it out. That was it. Nothing hostile. Nothing strange. Just a man being reasonable. The detectives left. No follow-up. No suspicion. That photograph was still developing, but nobody was looking at it closely enough. Then came the tip. A woman walking her dog near the creek behind Darren's property found a sneaker, A white walking shoe, size 7.5, caught in the roots of a fallen tree.
Our patch kids, just things that he would have had in the back of his truck that would have blown out in that time frame. Also, right in that same area on the side of the road, I saw a letter. So I stopped because I do the mail, so it caught my eye, and so we stopped, and inside there was a piece of mail, and it's Alan Bruce's with his address and everything on it.
Where?
Up there where they're looking.
So,
Up where Pat's truck is, so before you climb up the hill, on that, it would be on the right-hand side as you're climbing up the hill where the truck is at.
So you didn't tell anybody?
I turned my ass around and hauled ass right back up there. I marked the spot right where I found it. I put my windshield scraper, it's purple, and a stack of rocks right where I found all this stuff. But that's just, for that to be there in the same area puts him, I mean, it's Alan's, it has his P.O. box number, it's for a bank card or something with a pin. The likelihood of it being up there in the same area.
This woman has found what she thinks is damning evidence of Alan's guilt, but there is a problem.
I understand what you're saying, but the problem is, choose my words carefully. I'm trying not to be mean.
No, you're fine.
But this is now completely compromised. Do you understand?
I understand
The
that.
thing to do would have been to call 911.
I don't have cell phone service
and get a
right
deputy
there.
up there
I didn't
and
have
take
cell
pictures of the stuff right where and how it was laying. Now we have nothing.
Okay, I didn't touch. Okay.
Did you put this stuff in this
Yes,
box?
yes.
Okay, so this stuff was laying
On the
side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
Where was this?
This is fine. I just put it in there, so
Okay.
so I just had it all together.
Gotcha. You're trying to do the right thing. I understand. And that's, I'm trying
It
not.
was just
I don't want to
creepy,
be
all
mean.
in the same spot.
I get it.
But yeah,
I don't want to be mean.
I know.
But
I get what you're
we
saying.
can do nothing with this now.
I understand.
Okay.
But even though this is inadmissible evidence, it still adds to the constantly growing list of reasons to suspect Alan was involved far more than he's letting on. And by this point, given how much is stacked against him, officers are actually able to obtain a search warrant. The next day,
It matched the one missing from Celia's townhouse. The sole was clean. Too clean. It hadn't been in the water long. And it was placed there deliberately, wedged into the root system at an angle that suggested it had been pushed down, not washed down. The tip triggered a warrant, and that's when the frame finally snapped into focus. Investigators entered Darren's property on a Tuesday morning.
they head to Alan's property. What they are about to find confirms their suspicions that Alan has been hiding something all along.
Sheriff's office. I'm gonna go around. Clear.
Yeah, you got all this is fresh right here. This whole piece.
Yeah.
Or he's disturbed it anyways for some reason.
It's he hasn't done any improvements to this place since I've been here. This is the first I've seen him actually trying to do improvements.
Well, this is the only spot that looks fresh that I've seen.
So we're gonna hold on this. We're just gonna hold on this trailer till we can get keys. If he won't give us keys, then we'll go from there. But we need to hold on this until we get that.
My cell phone over here.
You found a cell phone? Okay.
Where was it at?
He found a cell phone. Where's it at?
Right underneath Alan's Wrangler denim coat right here, the Samsung.
Shit. Do you have that paper? It's got the IMEI on
Yep,
it.
it's right here. Yeah, I got it in my back pocket. I haven't looked to verify what model. Here.
Jared's got a copy of it as well. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm rolling. Cleaned out.
Yes. Okay, so it's not looking, yeah.
Yep.
No,
we got our window.
In a burn box. Ah. Dude, we'll have to carefully lay that out and see if we can see like a bullet hole or something. Brown. Down the window, latex gloves.
Latex gloves, windows.
Mm-hmm. And doggy treats.
I'm gonna get a backed up picture.
Okay, yeah.
Once the officers start looking, the small things start to add up to form a picture that is impossible to ignore. Alan's vacuum has just been emptied. His burn barrel has been used recently. Plus, inside of it are the remains of at least one pair of latex gloves. None of this is proof of anything on its own, but together it shows a man who has been cleaning up after something dark. And it pushes the officers to do something they've only done once in the last 6 years.
Probably in that freshly moved.
Do we want to call out the cadaver dog? Craig was asking if we want that out here.
Let's go ahead and do it while we're here. We've got it cleared. It might be the best way to get something to hold him. Something stinks.
Oh, it stinks bad.
2
Within
hours
20
later,
minutes,
the
they
cadaver
found a
dog
disturbed patch
arrives
of
and
earth behind
searches
the
the
garden shed.
property.
Fresh
What it
mulch laid
found
over
sends
it.
a chill
The kind
down
of
the
detail you
detective's
miss if you're not
spines,
looking.
and it
But they
makes
were looking
them
now.
wonder
The
what
cadaver
he
dog hit
had
on the
really
spot
been
immediately.
doing that
That's when
night
the
they
dig
found
began,
him
and
wandering
that's when the
in
smell
the
hit them.
woods. 2 hours later, the cadaver dog arrives and searches the property. What it found sends a chill down the detective's spines, and it makes them wonder what he had really been doing that night they found him wandering in the woods.
We've got a cadaver dog hitting on other spots on the property that have bone fragments. And the only thing that dog is trained to hit on is dead humans, which tells me those bones are probably human. You know, there was only 2 people here that night, you and him, right? There's nobody else that I can talk to. Can't find him, so it just makes me, like I said, I'm just going to ask you straight up, man to man. And if you didn't do it and somebody else did, can you point me in the right direction?
I can't do that. I don't know anybody else is out here.
No, that's like I said, I don't either.
With this discovery, Alan's story starts to crumble. Whoever buried these bones hadn't done it in a moment of fear or self-defense. This was deliberate. A man taking his time to clean up and hide something terrible. But there is one more piece of information left that changes how officers would see Alan entirely. Officers found a prior conviction against Alan Bruce from July of 2009. He had threatened a homeowner with a shotgun and then locked himself inside, prompting a 3-hour SWAT standoff. He was later convicted of felony assault with a deadly weapon. To them, Alan is no longer the helpful, friendly neighbor they met earlier. He's lied to them. And now he is a man who, when pushed, is apparently capable of extreme and sudden violence. So it is time to confront him one last time.
Celia's remains had been buried in a shallow grave, covered with lime and topped with 2 bags of topsoil and a layer of cedar mulch. She was still wearing her work blouse. Her ID badge was pressed into the dirt beside her. Her arms had been folded across her chest, not by accident but with intention. It was positioning. A gesture, the kind of detail that haunts a crime scene unit long after the tape comes down. Now ask yourself this question: who buries a body, then joins the search party, then waters the grave with a garden hose while police walk past him? Not a panicked man, not a man who lost control. This was method. This was a man who believed the story would never catch up to him. And here's the line that should stop you cold. When detectives confronted Darren with what they had found, he didn't act surprised. He just said, "Well, I figured you'd get around to it."
I'm saying if you're willing to jump in a truck with us, you take us there. If you don't want to do that, that's fine.
To a wreck. I'm going to
Yeah.
jail.
Until we can figure it out, yes, you are.
But we want to be able to tell the prosecutor you helped us every which way you could.
Like, if you take my case and we're going to prison for the rest of my life, what?
I don't know.
I can't tell you what
I
the
can't tell you what
I gotta go to the jury trial now.
You don't have to go through it right now. Yeah. So the way it works here is he doesn't feel like we should let you stay free, right? So we're still going to continue to investigate this case with your help or without your help. We're still going to dig through.
Yeah.
When the bones are discovered, Alan changes his story. Now he's claiming he shot Pat in self-defense, panicked, and then burned the body. Officers, however, don't believe a word of it. They think he staged the entire scene, and now they want to hear him say it.
There's still some things that concern me, and I don't know if you're asking about who drove the truck up in the mountains.
Nobody drove it. I towed it up there.
Oh, you towed it up there?
Yeah.
Okay. With which vehicle?
My dog.
Okay.
Took over on and towed it up there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Have you guys talked about that?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just and how did you get the tires? How did you get it to stay?
Just kind of parked on the side of the hill where it wouldn't roll back and
left it?
That Okay.
What'd you do with the dog?
Left it in the truck.
We're in a rock and a hard place right now, right? It's where we've been all day. It's where we're going to continue to be until we can completely wrap this up and figure out what the hell actually happened.
Well, before you take your fee, I'd like to lock up.
Okay.
But all of this is just small talk compared to what detectives actually want to know. This is a case with no crime scene and no body, meaning there is just one question that everything hinged on.
Ow.
That's not a confession, it's an admission that he'd been waiting.
What? Dude, come on. Did you burn a body? Come on.
Yeah, I did.
And you didn't tell anybody. So, like, look at it from our point of view. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we got to try to find those guns. You know, we got to do the right thing for Patrick's family. You know what I mean? We got to try to find that body. You know, we got to do the right thing for his family.
There is no body found. He was reduced down to nothing. Nothing.
Did you chop him up?
No, I came in a burn barrel with a bunch of wood underneath him. Yeah, I chopped him up. I did. I chopped him up.
Like, did you? I mean, because you can take a shoulder off with a sharp knife, pretty easy. Like,
I took a chainsaw to him.
Okay, where's the chainsaw?
It's gone. It's gone.
Did you throw it in the river?
I got rid of it. Believe me, I burned it.
You burnt the chainsaw?
Yeah.
Is it in the barrel?
Yeah.
Where's it at?
It might be. It's molten. It's molten metal.
Hey, that's my name.
Well, you might find it in that burn barrel. Yeah, there was nothing left in him. No bones, no nothing.
Okay.
Then you find some keys and keychain or the wall chain or something like that, but he's ashes, so nothing.
All too suddenly, the cops realize why the chainsaw was missing from Pat's truck and what really could have been happening when they heard the sound on the hill. But if that's the case, where is the physical evidence of all of this? If Alan's story is to be believed, he has to explain how he cleaned up so well.
So where did you chainsaw him at?
That there.
Where's all the blood? I don't understand why there's no blood.
No.
How? I've never seen somebody with clean blood up like that.
Took back in here, back in the plots. Took all those two trucks.
And I've never chainsawed a body, but I think there would be like blood and skin and gristle and stuff, you know.
Yeah, it was ugly.
And so, like, where's that at? How did you clean that up?
Took a shovel and rake, raked up everything I could, walked it down to a hose, put Clorox on it.
But there's one last thing the detectives need to know. Could Alan really have done this all alone?
Did you have any help with it?
The entire time, he'd been waiting. The official probable cause affidavit. And you should read it, because it reads like said logical file disguised as a police report. Paints a picture of a man who had been nursing a grudge for years. Celia had beaten him in a dispute over an easement that ran between their properties. She'd won in civil court. She'd won appeal, and according to Darren's own internet search history recovered from his laptop, he'd been researching how to file a quiet title action 2 days before the killing. Not a murder plan, a legal strategy, and then somewhere between the legal strategy and the moment the judge signed the final order, the strategy changed. He didn't want the easement anymore. He wanted to erase the person who had taken it from him. The irony is monstrous. The man who spent 4 hours arguing over a strip of grass barely 12 feet wide ended up burying a body in dirt that wasn't even his. The easement he killed for was just off his property line.
Alan has managed to hide the evidence of his crime so well that he almost got away with everything. His plan would have worked if it wasn't for the simple fact that bone doesn't burn easily. Later that evening, Alan's brother called to talk to the police. He still doesn't know the full extent of what happened, but he is the only person in the world that might be able to help the police understand why he may have actually done this.
So obviously, your brother got himself in a lot of trouble.
That's what it sounds like.
Some of the questions we are trying to figure out is where he got the gun and what he did with that gun.
I don't know where he got the gun from initially.
Okay.
I took the gun for collateral against a loan that I gave him.
Okay.
And it was probably about a week ago. He said that Shelton was threatening his life, waving a gun at him.
Okay.
And he felt afraid for his life, and he wanted his gun back, so like a dumb shit, I gave him his gun back.
Oh, but you're his brother, right? I mean, what else are you supposed to do?
Yeah. You know, my brother had been asking Shelton to move for months.
Okay.
And Shelton was like, well, fuck you, you know, basically. So my brother took the little road grader, the little dozer, and pulled his stuff and put it out here on the other side of the fence.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Shelton had there's a couple of motorhomes and a trailer with a stump on it, and
a bunch of junk that Shelton had here.
Yeah. Sometime last week I saw Shelton's truck in here.
Okay.
And what I done know, when my brother had moved the stuff just to try to get the pressure off of my brother, I text Shelton and I told him, hey, I moved your crap off of my brother's lot.
Okay.
You know, and so then he texted me back when he got to town going, I got a beef with you, you know. I told him, well, bring it, you know. You know, I mean, Shelton's a drunk and a dope fiend.
Okay.
You know, it's like every time I seen him down here, he was either drinking or spun up on meth.
All of this makes sense so far, but there are still a few things that no one can understand.
One of the things I'm trying to wrap my head around is what your brother told me. I'm like, how did he do that by himself? He's not a very big guy. Like, how would he move things around without somebody helping him?
Who?
Your brother. Like, if he, let's just say that if he shot Shelton and took him somewhere and dumped his body, who would he call to help him?
I have no fucking clue. I mean, he wouldn't call me.
Right.
And I have no clue.
Do you think he would do it by himself?
I don't know. I don't know what he's capable of. You know, I mean,
it's
and no sign of Shelton, though, huh? Find a body or anything, or
there's signs of Shelton, just not living signs of Shelton.
Okay.
So
found a finger or something.
Found some. We can't really say because it's integral to the case right now.
But there's still something else.
He didn't own it. He never would. The moral refrain of this case is impossible to avoid. You'll hear it every time you think about what happened. He thought the story was his. He thought the story was his. He thought the story was his. But the story belonged to the evidence, the shoe in the creek, the wet hose, the fresh mulch, the badge in the dirt. At the sentencing hearing, the prosecutor read a single line from Darren's journal entered as State's Exhibit 14. It was dated the morning after the murder. It said, I'm free now. He actually believed that. He believed that ending her life would free from the obsession that had consumed him for years. But the evidence didn't free him. It boxed him in. One small detail.
Alan followed Patrick up into the mountains and used a pair of night vision goggles to stalk him, watching him move through the darkness for hours until he found the perfect moment. Alan shot him with the rifle and then dismembered his body with a chainsaw. He then burned Patrick's body in a barrel and dumped what was left in the nearby Salmon River before towing Patrick's truck up the mountain with his dog still inside. Alan pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and destruction of evidence, though in November of 2025 he tried to withdraw the plea and insisted one final time that this was all in self-defense. The judge didn't buy it. But before Alan was sentenced, Patrick's bereaved daughters revealed one last thing. Alan had written a letter to them stating that he had done them a favor by dismembering and disposing of their father's body. He saved them the cost of a funeral. On November 17, 2025, Alan was found guilty and sentenced to 20 years in jail with no possibility of parole for the first 10. The search for Patrick's body along the Salmon River was suspended in May of 2025. His body was never found.